Good morning. So today your assignment is going to be kind of a continuation of what you did yesterday. So the lesson for yesterday still helps with today. Um, I wanted to share with you a couple of the answers from yesterday to make sure that you are on the right track before you start today's assignment. So let's do the bottom here. So um, on this side, remember on this page, you were supposed to list two fractions that were equivalent to each other that can both be shown by this picture. So you want to start with the most obvious one. So this one, we've got 3, 6 sections. So the bottom number 6. The first answer that is the most obvious is 2/6. Then you needed to come up with, okay, well, what's equal to 2/6? And the other fraction would be 1/3. You can, if on a lot of these, if you can imagine taking out the middle line and then taking out another middle line, it can help you to see a different fraction. But if you also can use the math apps that we have for fractions to come up with, well, what's equal to 2/6? On this one, we've still got sixths, so that's still the bottom number for your first one. Um, it doesn't have to be the first one. The order doesn't really matter. But you have 4/6 this time. Well, if we already know that 1/3 is the same thing as 2/6, then 4/6 would just be 2/3. And that bears out if you look at this, and if you can imagine this line not here, and this line not here, and this one not here. On here, this one, it may feel like it's trying to trick you here. It's in fourths, so the bottom number's 4, but then how many are shaded in? That's your top number, and that is 4 as well. So you have 4/4. Well, what is that equal to? It is equal to 1 whole. I hope that helps. Looking at this side, because this one is closer to what your assignment is for today. Now, I will tell you this app right here helps a ton with these problems. They give, especially this right here, because these already have the pictures here, just to give you more of a concrete idea of what you're actually looking at. So on here, we were looking at these shapes. In this column, you needed to put the improper fraction for the shapes. In this column, you were putting the mixed number for these shapes. So let's look at A and C. So right here, for the fraction, that's the improper fraction. That means you're going to have a bigger number on top than on bottom. The bottom number is how many pieces are making the whole. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be my bottom number. And then the question is, well, how many sixths do I have with this number? So we know this one's filled in, so that's 6/6. And we keep going, 7/6, 8/6, 9/6, 10/6. And on our mixed number, this is the one that it's mixed because it has a whole number and a fraction. So how many whole pizzas, if you want to think of them as pizzas, how many whole pizzas are filled in? We have 1 whole. So that means we have 1 as a big number. And then how many of, what's our fraction of this other one that isn't all the way gone? Well, we know the bottom number is still sixths right there. It's still going to be a 6. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 filled in. So it's 1 and 4/6. On this one, we're looking at this picture right here. Fraction, our first one is our improper fraction, the bigger number on top. So you want to figure out, well, what are these divided into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the bottom number is going to be 8. And you want to know, well, how many eighths do I have here? So this one's 8 because it's filled in. Another 8 gives me 16, 17, 18. So I have 18 over 8, 18 eighths. My mixed number is the number with a whole number and a fraction. So how many whole pizzas are filled in? We have one whole pizza, two whole pizzas. So two and then we need to look at our fraction. So the 8 is still going to be on the bottom because it's divided into eighths, and there are two of them here. So we can have 2 and 2/8. You might notice on the 4/6 here that that's equal to 2/3. So if you put 1 and 2/3, that's fine. Down here, 2/8 is equal to 1/4. So if you put 2 and 1/4, that's okay. Now looking down on this part. So on the bottom, you are giving mixed numbers for this top part. So I am going to also model this on here. So if I have the fraction is 9/2, so I'm trying to come up with the mixed number for that. So that means, let me hide that so it's out of the way. That means literally that I need to make sure I have 9/2. So that's two parts. When you've got anything modeled in halves, that means there are two parts, two halves to make the whole. So I need 9 of them. Right now I have 2, so I'm going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need to keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Of course, I need 9 of them, so I'm going to fill in 9 of them. 1/2, 2/2, 3/2, 4/2, 5/2, 6/2, 7/2, 8/2, 9/2. Now, I am needing to find out what the mixed number for 9/2 is going to be. So the mixed number is how many do you have filled up? We have 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, 4 holes. So I know that I have a big 4. And then look at the fraction of what you have left over. You have 1/2 here. So my answer then is 4 and 1/2 for this one. For this one, we have a 9 again, but it's 9/4, 9/4. That's going to be a little bit different. So let's start over here. Oops. So sorry. Let's get rid of that. So this time I need 4 parts. Now, with 4 parts, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, but I need 9 of them total. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, I need 9. So this gives me 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm only going to fill in 9 of them, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now my job is to see how many holes are filled in. This is all 4 filled in. This is all 4 filled in. So that's 2 for my big number. Then what's my fraction here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is on the bottom. And there's 1 filled in. So 1 is on the top. So your answer for this one would have been 2 and 1/4. Let's do this one. So now we've got the mixed number. That's what they're giving us. And we have to come up with the fraction, the improper fraction. So it's 3 and 1/2. So let's create 3 and 1/2. So that means that we are working with halves. Because this was a 2 on the bottom, we know that what we're creating will be halves. So there's 2 sections. So it said 3 and 1/2. So that means I need 3 of these plus 1/2 more. I'll go ahead and fill them in. so that I know what I'm counting. And with an improper fraction, just remember you just have a fraction. The bottom number is going to be the same as what the bottom number was on the fraction of the mixed number. And now you're literally counting how many halves do you have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 halves. So that is my improper fraction that goes here. Then let's do this one, 2 3/4. Okay. So this time we are going to need fourths. So 4 parts. And that was 2 3/4. So that means I need 2 wholes. But then I also need 3/4 of another one. So now let's fill it in. Got 4 here for one of the holes, 4 here for the other one, and it was 2 3/4, right? No, 2 1/2. What? 2 3/4. Yes, yes, yes. So now you're counting how many fourths are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So our improper fraction would be 11/4. Awesome. All right. So then today's assignment, you are working out the same types of things. It says understanding fractions and mixed numbers. Sketch and label a picture that represents 1 1/2. Your options include to actually sketch a picture and take a picture of it and put that picture here. You could also use the same fraction app. Bring that a little bit closer, and I'll show you. So actually, I could keep it like this. So remember that if you are going to share, if you're going from here, you would need to take a screenshot of it. And then upload that picture there. Down here, answer each question below. How many halves are in 3 halves? So you would need to create 3 halves. So right there, there's 2 halves. You would need 3 halves. And it is asking you how many halves are there in 3 halves. Well, dun, dun, dun. Okay. These are all very similar questions. Then you're going to answer, well, what did you notice about these? On the second page, there's another link to the same site. On this part, they're giving you improper fractions. So your answers are going to be mixed numbers. Down here, they're giving you mixed numbers. So your answer will be improper fractions. Okay. Again, you can build it here to help you to find the answer. If you have any questions, send me a message. Also, today for your secret message to me from the video, just to show me that you were watching the video, I would like you to send me your middle name. Just type that out in a comment for me. Thanks. I like getting those because that just confirms that you're watching the video and doing everything the way you're supposed to, and I appreciate that. I worry about you guys without being able to see you all the time. So I hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday, and I hope it continues to be great. Have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.